Africa.
Speaking at the occasion was the Minister of Information, Technology and Communication, Joel Kapanda, who said that the Southern Times newspaper has grown to be the voice of SADC, telling the regional story from an African perspective.
The newspaper has filled the gap which the dominant international media has always tended to ignore. That is, to celebrate success in Africa from an African dimension without the usual prejudices that tend to characterize the reporting by the Western media.
Minister Kapanda said the newspaper was the brainchild of the leaders of the two countries at the time, namely Namibia's founding president, Dr. Sam Nujoma, and President Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe. The two leaders wanted the region to have a newspaper that tells the African story from an African perspective and congratulated the Southern Times for having fulfilled its mandate.
The African story has tended to be relegated to the obscure pages of international media and only gets to be placed prominently if it is about African inferiority or the continent's perceived failure.
The newspaper has distinguished itself from the daily newspapers by specializing in analytical news features. Its reporting seeks to promote unity and cooperation among SADC member states in the political, economic, social, cultural and education spheres, Kapanda said. Zimbabwe's Deputy Minister of Information, Super Collins Mandiwanzira, reconfirmed his country's commitment to spearheading the cooperation that exists between the two countries' information ministries.
Our liberation struggles have inserted into our societies a freedom reflex, which is so inconvenient to imperialism. Imperialism would want that reflex expunged, or at the very least to keep it innervated or weak or residual. Our aim through this project is exactly the opposite. It is to keep that reflex ever alive, ever sprite, ever active, ever ready, ever intervening. Southern Times and NAMZIM must live forever.
The Southern Times has been the official media partner at the annual SADC Summit, producing daily bulletins and special magazines of events at the meetings. Kapanda therefore encouraged willing member states to become part of the project, reminding that the SADC Secretariat has already expressed its support. Reporting for NBC News, I am Queen Avula, Windhoek.